Howdy, Tumbleweed here. Now, picks on my lead slide today are Texas Hill Country, me on a live Longhorn, my publisher Defiance Press's HQ, and my latest novel. If age is to be the measure, Tumbleweed is retired. I call it a myth. My supposed retirement simply signaled the beginnings of applying my labors to what I truly love to do whenever and wherever I choose to do it. That happens to be writing. Yeah, I enjoy getting together with friends and family, crafting hobby projects in my shop, sipping coffee in a cafe, reading books on history, folklore, Western adventure, taking long walks, and playing a bit of tennis. But most of my waking hours are wrapped around writing. Novels, poetry, op-eds, scripts, and more make for a fulfilling life that begs not to be called retirement. At a time when folks are feeling fenced in by a world of intrusive social media, surveillance cameras, and search tracking, I find liberty in writing about the freedoms inherent in the vast vistas and big skies, coupled with a spirit of adventure. Now, as a writer, words become the color palette that I apply to my creative canvas. It's less about creating masterpieces and more about communicating a world from the author's soul. In my case, I thoroughly love to write about America's western frontier and its freedoms. It certainly frees my soul. For example, my Tumbleweed Sagas trace the adventures of Texas Ranger Luke Dunn across the wide open and dangerous Texas Nueces Strip of the 1850s. He's more than a prototypical Western hero, and you might say that, in a way, Luke Dunn's my alter ego. As I write, I can visualize myself riding in his boots. He delivers justice as a knight-errant sort of character, embodying a toughness and bravery nuanced with a certain masculine vulnerability. Virtuous, honorable, humble, strong, Luke Dunn epitomizes a final sort of bastion of manhood in America that, well, I try to capture. In my supposed retirement, I get to play armchair Texas Ranger with my laptop and my imagination. It's surely become a wonderful way to spend the golden years of my life. With the Tumbleweed Sagas, I've endeavored to weave a fast-paced, character-driven story while mixing in a dose of what I call raw edginess and steadfastly maintaining key moral principles of justice and redemption to produce what I hope someday might be considered an epic series of adventures. I do try to reach folks who might not ordinarily think of themselves as fans of the Western genre. I'd like to fancy there's a certain magnetism that just draws folks in. Now, I urge you to experience a slice of frontier freedom today by purchasing your copy of Nueces Deceit, my third Tumbleweed saga. It's available online in print, audio, and ebook from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, other retailers, and directly from my publisher at DefiancePress.com. And y'all also just might want to read or listen to Nueces Justice and Nueces Reprise, my first two Tumbleweed sagas. And stay tuned for the biographical Nicholas Dunn, The Making of a Texas Legend, due out in December, plus my fourth Tumbleweed saga, Nueces Blood, scheduled to be released next February. Now, as the weather cools, curl yourself up in an easy chair and let your imagination come alive with my Tumbleweed sagas. Thanks, and y'all take care now, you hear?